What's going on, people? Running for Fitness back again with another video. My name is Eugene, and today we're going to talk about the type of shoes you need for your type of foot, or whether you have a high arch or if you have a normal arch to a flat foot. Flat. I fall into that normal to flat range where my foot, if I lift it off the ground, I got a normal arch, but if I put pressure, if I'm standing, then my foot looks like it's flat. I'm in that 30% of the population of the world. So this is very important when you're running, and you guys need to know about this because the shoes are everything when you're running. You know, you don't want to go out there in no Vapor Maxes, no Air Maxes, and you trying to run some distance, okay? You need a good running shoe, and I'm gonna hook y'all up with a few brands I trust and just what you want to look for when you get in the shoe for your foot. So the first thing is you need to figure out if you have a high arch or if you have a flat foot, okay? And you know, just look at your foot. You know if you got an arch or not. You know if you're flat-footed. You know, so just go ahead and you know, you do that analysis. You know, I can't sit here and do that for y'all, but so you know, figure out what kind of feet you have, and then we're looking at the type of shoes. Now, first off, on brands, running shoe brands. Now, as far as what works for me, when I started running seriously, I used Saucony, Asics, and Brooks. Nike is good too. Nike has some good shoes for you, but that's not their specialty. Nike, you know, you got an assortment of different types of shoes, lifestyle, walking around shoes, basketball shoes, running shoes. But if you want to go into a shoe brand that focuses on running, Asics, Saucony's, and Brooks, and I'll put a link in the description for y'all can go ahead and check them out. You know, and then you can take a look. So let me talk about my high archers first. So high archers, you know what? First I want to say congratulations. You know, your feet have a high arch, so you know you're not prone to a lot of injuries that the flat-footed population, such as myself, will get, like soft tissue damage and other types of injuries that we'll get that I'll go over later. So with the high arch, you're lucky because you can pretty much use a neutral shoe. And you want to look at the type of running shoes you're looking at. You can use a neutral shoe, or you can use just a regular support shoe, which is going to be for my flat to normal arch people. So you have a wide range you can work with. The thing about my high arch people is that you still, even though you have a high arch, you know you have good feet, you want to get a running shoe so you don't tear down your foot and so you don't cause bone injuries. What happens when you have a high arch and you run, and you're running for distance, like what we do over here, you tend, when you coming down on your foot, you tend to hold your bones straight. This isn't a one-size-fits-all, but this is just what the statistics say, is that high archers tend to have a more straight stance when they're running with their bones, so a lot more pressure goes on their bones. That's where you get those shin splits, where the front of your shins, they ache and they hurt. The only thing you can do is just stay off of them to get rid of that. Those shin splits, that's a killer for you high archers. You know that, and then small little stress fractures as well, and around the ankle area and in the shin area. So that's what you want to watch out for. But as a high archer, you really can't go wrong. If you feel that the shoe is comfortable and you want a cushion shoe, get you a cushion shoe. If you want a neutral shoe, you feel like you know you pretty much got good support, get you a cushion shoe. Just make sure that you in your strides, that you know you're just watching not to be so stiff when you're running long distance, you know, to kind of ward off injuries you know that you could get. Now my low archers and flat feet people, we need a little bit more tender love and care, a little more TLC, right? So with the low arch, neutral ain't gonna work for you, okay? I tried running with a neutral shoe. I got myself out there. I ran 6 miles one day with a neutral shoe. You know what happened to those shoes? Those shoes went right back to the manufacturer. I could not wear those shoes. My feet were killing me after wearing a neutral shoe. If you have a normal or to flat foot or arch, you need support. You need what they have called guide rails on your shoes. You need some supportive shoes. You need something that's gonna give your feet that cushion It's gonna give you that artificial arch that you need. That's gonna help you out when you're running and stuff, because that you're just beating your feet without that support. So you need a support shoe. Right now, I'm using Brooks. I'm gonna put a link as well. I'm gonna describe the shoe I'm using right now. I'm using a good support shoe. It's lightweight and it gives me speed because it isn't too heavy. It's the latest version of the current shoe I use. They're not sponsoring me, but I'm gonna give y'all a quick link to that. And a good thing about Brooks, I use them all the time now for the last 3 years, is that they have a question and answer type of guide on their website where they can show you kind of, depending on how you answer the questions, they take you on a journey, and then you see what type of shoe you need, for your feet and for your running style, whether you run on the road, whether you run on trails. They have all of that. So, just to give you a quick, also with my flat feet people, if you don't use a proper shoe and you're running for distance, like say you go out there, you take yourself out there, some Air Force Ones think you're gonna run, and some Vapor Maxes think you're gonna go running for some distance, you're gonna put your body in all types of pain, all types of hell. I mean, just from that, you're gonna have knee pain, from the front of your knee to the back of your knee is gonna hurt, your joints are gonna hurt. You can get shin splints as well from wearing crappy shoes when you got flat foot. It ain't just for my high archers, so keep that in mind. And the bottom line is that you're gonna need a shoe, a running shoe. I recommend getting yourself a running shoe. I'm gonna give y'all some links in the description for your type of feet and what you need to look for. But ultimately, it depends on what feels good. So a lot of us don't have the benefit of trying our own shoes. So definitely, I'm trying to put this out. Right now with us not having a lot of malls open, a lot of places that you can venture out to, that's going to be changing, probably depending on where you live, or it's going to be different depending on where you live. But definitely I'm going to give y'all some good descriptions, show y'all what I wear, give you descriptions for a high arch versus a low arch, and make sure y'all stay out there running. All right, people. Running for fitness, giving y'all another video, type of shoes you need. Any questions, comments you have, leave them down at the bottom. And y'all have a great weekend.